How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of free will up in this piece in the form of their Outlaw country. This be a hazy pale ale. Yeah, what's the ABV on this sucker? 5.2% alcohol by volume, not that big of a beer. It's hops Rizaka, cashmere, and whole melon. Oh, very nice. I haven't had a whole melon beer in quite some time. I'm looking forward to this even more now. And it's 100% PA craft malt from Deer Creek Malt House, who I just did a beer from these guys. Or I should say, did a beer that they were involved, which was PA Pride or PA Proud or something like that, which is an all PA kind of collab with that malt house. So I'm curious to see what happens here. Free will, I don't drink as much of their beers as I should. Now that I live in Jersey, I don't see them as much, but they're not that far away. I'm like 10 minutes away from Jersey, so it's a poor excuse for me. That looks like a nice little pale ale. Bright orange, you can tell it doesn't, not all kind of brewer sugar kind of thing going on here, an actual malt forward beer. And yeah, label-wise, that's cool. You know, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. It's like little it's like I don't know. It's cowboys, but it looks like they're on a rug going into a portal in space. Whatever. And beer-wise, I mean, it just has a soft kind of unfiltered lager kind of vibe to it. You know, because it's hazy, but not ultra hazy. You guys can probably see my fingers through there, so it's not an ultra hazy kind of beer by hazy standards today. People will be like, that's not hazy, but guess what? It is. But it has this beautiful kind of soft, creamy top to it, tight, compact, white as white could be head, and just that soft little haze to it. So you're talking about a just barely 5% pale ale. It looks fun. It's got a nose. I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's placebo effect. I get these kind of melon vibes, a whole melon vibes. That's what I typically get off of that hop. One of the reasons why it's probably named that. But it's giving me soft kind of cantaloupe slash kind of, what's the other one? Honeydew kind of vibes, but an under-ripened kind of thing going on there. Not much as far as sweetness there. There's a little bit of soft graininess to it. Done and done. It smells like a little hazy pale. Exactly what it smells like. It's not a 2x4 to the face. It's not like a super dry hopped to the nth degree kind of crazy pale ale. It smells like a chugger. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, I can drink 9,000 of these. Oh man. Yeah. It's this slight dollop of pineapple orange with this soft melon characteristic, and it's aggressive but not sharp kind of green bittering on it. It's a very, very fun kind of hoppy beer. Not overly sweet, dried out. I mean, attenuated pretty much to the end, so it comes off dry, but there is a sweetness to it. An appropriate sweetness to it with that nice kind of fruity characteristic they talked about, that kind of soft kind of pineapple citrus combination in conjunction with the way the melons kind of come off, that little bit of green kind of aggressiveness without being too sharp, and a very drinkable mouthfeel. I'm not going to call this beer thin. It is not thin, but it's not turbid or hazy or fluffy or creamy. It just has this softness to it that just kind of lends itself to being a chugger, a drinker, something that you want to consume a lot of. And being almost session level here, being a low 5% ABV, it's kind of where this beer wants to be, and does a really good job getting there. Yeah, I like this beer. It's not going to rewrite the book on hazy pales. You know, there's some that are quite more aggressive. There are a lot more that are just hops on top of hops, and that's not what this beer is doing. It's a bit more precise, a little bit more kind of purposeful in how it comes off, meaningful in a way that you could tell it wants to be a beer you want to drink as opposed to a beer you want to talk about. And I mean that in a positive sense, not like in a negative. Like it could be part of a conversation like we're having now if we want it to be, but really if you just want to grab a 4-pack and drink some beers at your friend's house, socially distancing, mind you, 6 feet away, masks. Yeah, it's going to do that too in a very fun way. I love Free Will. Listen, there's no secret here that they're pretty much one of the best kind of farmhouse slash funky slash sour mixed firm kind of breweries in and around this kind of area where I live. Now that I'm in Jersey, I don't get a bunch of stuff off the shelves, unfortunately, but I'm close enough to where I can still get their stuff. But their hazy game has always been secretly kind of fun. And when I picked this up, I saw this for a couple of reasons. I picked it up once. One, it was Free Will. Two, it was a small little hazy pale, which I'm a big fan of. And three, $11.99. $11.99. $11.99 for a 5.2% hazy pale. That is what these beers should cost, to be perfectly honest with you. And to see it at that price point, to be able to pick it up at that price point and get a really nice, well-done beer out of it is kind of what beer's all about. You know what I mean? At least for me. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say I won't pay premium for premium beer, but it seems like it's a weird conversation to have, because it seems like a lot of brewers have kind of like, what do they call that? When a bunch of companies band together to raise pricing together so they can get more money. I forget what they call that, and it's illegal. It kind of feels like that's what's going on. It's COVID times. I don't mind breweries charging extra for beer at the moment, but they're conversations that need to be had. And when this comes off at $11.99, you know, that's kind of where I just get a very steady and very heavy head nod going on. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better hazy pales that I've had as of late? Yes. Is it Mount Rushmore status of effect and impact and all that kind of stuff? No, but it's in a conversation. It's towards the top, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. Value and availability, that's where I kind of get it's even closer, or if not jettisons into the Mount Rushmore status. This is $11.99, and I can pick it up off a shelf. Please, yes, all day with that, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like little chugger hazy pales, you don't want a 2x4 to the face, or you don't. I like 2x4 to the face. I'm not making fun of that. That's not something I say in a negative way. But you appreciate a drinking beer for what it is, and one that's made really, really well. If you like beer, you'll like this beer. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little hazy pale right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.